I am Jambari Moreau. Have Jordan Ma in the building. This is a live episode. She shoots, she scores. We are here. Appreciate y'all for joining. Jordan, how you doing this morning?
Morning, man. I like these morning sessions now.
No Diddy, for sure. Absolutely. 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 All right. Well, speaking of morning, let's just jump straight into it with our first topic of the day. I wanted to ask you, Jordan. So obviously, Caitlin Clark's been out with injury. She finished ninth in All Star voting recently amongst players,
Right.
and obviously, she's been taking like a beating throughout the course of the season. Do you feel like WNBA veterans hate Caitlin Clark, or is that just hype?
I think there's definitely a level of jealousy. When the All-Star voting came out, she was like first by the fans, right? She was ninth by the players, right? The players voted her ninth. Um, but I Jambari, correct me if I'm wrong, but when you vote for the All-Stars, like there was like a bunch of people left her off essentially to be ninth because you can't vote her ninth, right?
No.
Like so that means that a bunch of people left her off essentially and said that she wasn't an all-star. Um I think that there is a level of jealousy, maybe animosity towards her for a million reasons that have been covered by this outlet and a bunch of other outlets. But do you think that they respect her game at least?
I think some veterans do. I think
Yeah.
some veterans do respect their game. I think that they do. I wouldn't say it's pure jealousy, as like Dick Vitale says in this article with Front Office Sports, because she
Right.
was ranked ninth amongst guards. Um, but people do. I don't want to say that they have disdain, but some of the some of the thoughts are that it's because Clark boosted PR, ticket sales, ratings, salaries, charter flights. She's not getting the respect that she deserves. I know Colin Cowherd mentioned that the WNBA players and the league, they're not riding the wave. Instead, they're just resenting it. I've heard people say that she should start her own league, which I thought was hilarious too. Um,
So
I
why
go
yeah.
ahead, go ahead. Yeah, go.
So let's just try to stick to, for now, we'll stick to just on the court. Do you think that the other players think that she's like a winning player with the amount of uh with the lack of defensive presence, with the amount of turnovers that she brings a game, like brings I mean she still averages a bunch of turnovers. So like from a basketball standpoint,
Do I think she's a winning player, or do I think players think she's a winning player?
do you think that players think she's a winning player? Because how many, I mean, I've heard you and other people talk about how, and we'll get to this later, comparing Caitlin and Paige, the sort of controlled, mature way that Paige plays a basketball game, the way she leads her team. Do people look at Caitlin Clark as like, man, this is just kind of like a wild Pete Maravich type player, but you know what I'm saying? That doesn't contribute to winning as like a alternative, person in this position.
I to answer your question, so I'm answering both. Do I think she's a winning player? Absolutely, I absolutely think she's a winning player. And then the second question is, do I think that vets think that? I think that she forces them to think that because she beats them. She beats them all the
Yeah,
time,
right.
whether it's upsetting. And this is what I was talking to. I think we were talking about this, and we were talking about this on live the other day. I'm like, with Caitlyn, especially in her rookie year, she won a lot of games that she wasn't supposed to win, right?
Right.
And that forces the issue. It forces you to think, she can do this on a large scale and on a grand scale, which I feel like she forces. I feel like she forces the issue, and not in a bad way, but just she makes you. She's gonna make you say that they should win. So, and then like credit to her team. Shout out to the Indiana Fever this year, because even playing without her, which I thought was a little odd. We've heard media members say that they're more dangerous without her, but I
Count.
think what
Yeah.
I think, because I know a lot of these people. I don't think that she. I can't. I'm not gonna try and miss. I'm going to take her words at face value. Do I think that they're more dangerous without her on the team? Obviously not. I don't think that's really much of a question. But what I think, in my mind, to interpret what she was saying is just that they play a different style of basketball without her, relying on each other more. which helps the team essentially. But I think she forces the issue to make teams understand that they're gonna win when she's on the court. That they always have a chance to win, no matter if they're playing a Minnesota, New York, or Las Vegas or whomever. Even though obviously they struggled with Vegas until the other night. Like I feel like they have a chance anytime she's on the court versus the opposite when she's not. So
Well,
I'm not sure if that's don't do or don't think that, but
so,
to me it'd be silly to think that they wouldn't.
that's kind of where I'm getting at with this sort of line of questioning, where it's like they did win the Commissioner's Cup without her, and it's like I wonder if that the fact that they won without her gives credence to her being voted ninth, or getting that ninth place vote. Is that I wonder if her colleagues think that the team might be more successful without her, that she doesn't contribute to winning, as much as, someone else in her position could with that type of roster, because they proved that they can beat the Lynx without her. That's kind of what I'm getting at. And whenever there's like smoke, there's a fire, right? Like, I mean, I doubt that Carolyn Pick is the only person that thinks that, privately.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's a great question, but I'm like, what do the numbers say? Do the numbers suggest that she doesn't contribute to winning? Because I mean, like right now, if you look at the win shares leader, Aaliyah Boston's number 3 in the league. So it's like, I mean, but this year's, and then for just to Caitlin's defense, this year has been it's been a roller coaster.
Yeah.
She's been hurt most of the year, so it's kind of difficult to say, hey, this person or that person. Shout out to Alicia Gray though, number 2 in win shares. I've been on the Alicia Gray train for a good minute, saying she's grossly underrated.
Brianna Jones
Grossly underrated.
too.
I think a lot of them. You remember on the live, they're getting on me for putting her top 25, which I thought was ridiculous in itself. I'm like, she's easily a top 25 player. She's higher than that, but they were there. Joe, no, I don't. I was like, no, she's a monster. But yeah, go ahead.
Those are like the basketball reasons. Like now the non-basketball reasons, are they giving Caitlin Clark enough respect? I mean, I don't think so.
So when you, this is how I feel about that topic. It's so, because like I was talking to somebody last night about this, and they're like, "Oh, they're not treating her like Michael Jordan and this and that." But I'm like, he was like, they keep busting her, they keep busting her insert word here, and I'm like, yeah, but if they are, I'm like, Jordan was getting his head knocked off by the Pistons for a good 3-4 years before he finally broke through, and I'm like, I think it's the opposite. I think, and then like people say, oh, they guard her, so hard. I'm like, if you got somebody who could pull up from 40 feet at any given moment, why wouldn't you guard her full court? Like just on a basketball standpoint, knowing that she wants to go get that 3 off with a step back left, you're gonna have to stay on her. Like the way you're gonna play her is gonna be different, and that goes to the gravity as a guard and what she brings. That's one of her strengths, is that you have to guard her face up, or you could get cooked. So I mean, like I feel like they do respect her. If you're guarding somebody 94 feet on the court, it's not because you're a bum. It's the opposite. So I'm like, I think they're showing her reverence in just different ways, even though, and it's like all of this stuff is going to dissipate as soon as she wins. And I don't mean in a championship, but that just means like top 3 seed and just staying there consistently. Like, because what can you do? What can you really do with her? Like, she's going to cook you at the end of the day. So my only thing is like she just has to work on her turnovers, because I think she's y'all know I'm a huge Clark fan, so like I think she's a great player. So I just think she has to just cut down on her turnovers. Right now she's got to get her shooting percentages up again. But
If they pick her up
it just takes
aggressively,
it just takes time. It's just gonna take time.
but if they pick her up aggressively 94 feet, you know, then how, because she, of all the gravity that she provides on a court, how does she end up like that's so incongruous with being ninth? What I'm saying?
I know.
Shouldn't that mean you're number one? What I'm saying? Or at least higher than ninth. That's what's so incongruous, about this whole discussion, which is like, yeah, she's a threat anywhere. She can flip from 40. She can do this, but we're also gonna we don't rate her very highly.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe the vets think it's a gimmick, but it's like until you get your head bust enough, you're just gonna have to just eventually it'll start to sink. Like she's not bad. Obviously, she's not a bad player. She's broken a lot of records. Like she's not a bad player. You know,
Do you think there's any truth to what Dick Vitale or even Colin Cowherd are saying?
dude. I don't think 100% of people like any person. So do I think that there are people that don't like her? Yeah, so be it.
Do you think
Like
she
yeah.
should start her own league?
Nah, I don't think she should start her own league. I don't think she should start her own league. I think she's good where she's at right now in the W. But I do want to see her play in Unrivaled. I think that'll be really good for her growth. Truthfully, I do think that'll be good for her growth. And I think a little bit of that has something to do with why she got hurt. And I'm not. This is not me saying that, but like for say, but it's like if you have a car, you can't. You know, especially with you have to keep it running. You have to keep it running. You have to keep the car running. You're playing high competitive basketball. Like you gotta ramp up. So that's that thing about it. And a
I
lot.
mean,
Shout out to all of them players that did play on Unrivaled. Most of them are having really great years. Most of them having really great years.
yes,
Keep that in mind.
yeah,
Keep that in
that's
mind. Most of them having really great years this year.
Unrivaled
Azray Stevens. Shout out to Azray Stevens. She's been dominating too.
in that regard. Unrivaled has been very successful,
Oh, for
right?
sure.
Because it's
Yeah.
like, I mean, pretty much most of the players that participated in Unrivaled, it spilled over into this season, and they've been really good this season. But um, we were talking about this last night, where like Caitlin Clark, you know, she didn't participate in Unrivaled, but I still think that she was a big part in Unrivaled happening, you know, because from an investor standpoint, um, I think Caitlin Clark, like whenever you invest in anything, you know, there needs to be proof of concept, right? Like you need to prove that this will happen, right? So like she provided the proof of concept that people will watch women play professional basketball in the United States in 2024, right? Like that she is the proof of concept. So, even though she didn't participate in the league, investors were like, yeah, like for sure, like we'll invest in this. This league would be successful if she participated in it. So even though she didn't participate, I think she played a big role in sort of like getting investor money, right? Remember with the players being unveiled like every other day, you
Yeah.
know, if Clark was one of those people, I mean, that would have been incredible to the league. Investors must be slightly disappointed that she didn't participate. Don't you agree?
Yeah. I mean, of course. Obviously, I think Asia too, but I don't think she's the only player that people wanted to like. I guess watch. I think she's dynamic and she's an exciting player. So I think what's there not to want in terms of basketball. So for me, yeah, I mean anything can happen anytime she's playing. So I think that was a part of it in regards to Unrivaled. So it is what it is. We'll see. I mean, like you could just see it here. She's just what they got the Curry flurry. I'm like for Kaylin, I'm like you call it a cake quake. Like what is that called? Like she's a dynamic player. So shout out to her. But speaking of dynamic players, let's talk about Paige Bueckers. So let's talk about Paige. Obviously, Paige Bueckers is quietly, well, not even quietly,
Not
but
wildly.
she's been dominating. Obviously, 18 points per game, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, almost 6, 2.6 steals and blocks. The shooting splits are almost 50, 40, 90 in a rookie year.
Crazy.
It
Yeah.
is. It is. It is. And speaking of guards that I enjoy watching play, she obviously is on that list. Joins Clark as the only player to average 15 plus, 5 assists plus through 15 career games. Jordan, do you feel like I'll ask you a twofold question on this. How good has Paige's rookie year been? And is she quietly cooking up the greatest season from a guard in league history?
The greatest season of a guard in league history.
I'm talking about obviously from the
Not this
rookie
year.
standpoint. From the
From
rookie
a rookie
standpoint, yeah,
standpoint,
from a
I
rookie
mean,
standpoint, yeah,
I mean, who
from a
could you
rookie
compare it
standpoint.
to? Probably just Caitlin Clark's rookie year. Um,
So then let's take it a step further. Do you feel like she's outplaying Caitlin's rookie year?
I think so. Yeah, she's just so efficient. If you look at those shooting splits, those are like UConn shooting splits almost.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, she's just so smart and she's so polished. Like she's just so, I mean, she has no significant weakness in her game. She is so WNBA ready. She just has so much know-how. She has great touch. great shooter. You know, like I think she just has a sense for just making the solid play every time. You know, which game was it where she hit a clutch three like a week ago? She's just so I mean, I've got nothing but good things to say about her. You know what I'm saying? Like she's just good at everything. You know,
That's a great
like
compliment. She's just good at everything. That's a really great
I
compliment.
guess what I mean by that is like there's no super obvious holes in her game where you also can't foresee improvement in the next couple of years either. Um,
You
I
can't.
mean,
I can.
well, I mean like there. I guess what I'm trying to say is that this is just an overall player that's just at least good at everything. Um, I mean, the only thing is that it's just not totally translating over into wins because their record isn't the best. But you know, I mean, what can you expect from a rookie? You know, drafted number 1 overall to this franchise.
I expect. Well, just for the record, I think Dallas will make the playoffs. I said that from the beginning of the year. I thought they'd finish at least eighth or seventh. And let's what position, Jordan? What position are they in right now? Let me just to make sure if I'm not crazy.
The
Like
record
right
isn't wasn't it like 6-13 or something like that?
right now they are in the 11th spot, and they are what 3 games out of fourth or 3 game. I'm sorry, 3 games out of the eighth spot. Yeah, so it's sick there. It's 9-9 for the Aces and 6-14. Still, there's still some things that are going to get shaken around because the Aces and the Valkyries have the record that is tied at 9-9, and
Yeah.
obviously Indiana is also tied. I did not shout out to the Golden State Valkyries. Obviously, they just had suffered a tough loss to the Atlanta Dream, but
Mhm.
they've been playing amazing too, and that's a huge surprise. Yeah, I did not expect them to be that good, but I do think Dallas is going to heat up, especially in the second half of the season. I think it took a little bit for Paige to kind of get acclimated into the WNBA game, but I foresee her to answer the question. Do I think she's having a better year than rookie or Caitlin? Yes, I do. Um, and
I do.
this is without the assist records and obviously the major records. I think that her baseline is just like Caitlyn is a high risk, high reward player, which really
Right.
pans out. And I feel like Paige
Right.
is like steady Betty. You know, it's for lack of better words. Like you know what you're gonna
It's
get. You're
not
gonna.
like steady down here. It's like
Oh
steady.
no!
Like
It's like a consistent. Yeah,
she's
you
good at like
yeah
every
yeah
aspect. Yeah.
yes. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get consistency. So like she might not go for a 30 piece with 10 assists or 19 assist game, but you're going to get a consistent 20 and 6, 20 and 20 and 5, 18 and 7, 18 and 8. And then she'll sprinkle in a 30-point game here and there. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
but her shooting splits, her defense, like her shooting splits, her defense and her basketball IQ is just
it's
beyond.
it's just good. She's good at like every, part of the game. Like in 2K, like her Pentagon or whatever would be just
Yes.
would
Yes,
be
it's
would be
just filled out.
good.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So only 3 rookies in WNBA history have scored 280 points in their first 15 games. Simone Augustus, Candace Parker, and then Paige Bueckers. Obviously, she was voted as an all-star rookie as a starter. 1 in 10 players to do that. And everybody that's on that list, Tamika Catchings, Shoni Schimmel, Clark, Boston, Parker, like all of them have been like headliners in the WNBA at one point. And this is like just really rare. Obviously, in June, she led the league in scoring, averaging 20 over 20 a game. Like she is it. You know what I'm saying? She is it. And to your question, the veterans respect her game as well. She was voted as either the highest or second highest rated guard in the league at the point. I mean, she's easily putting together. She is. She's easily putting together. And then this is the capper because, like I said, especially as a number 1 pick, you want to win games that you're not supposed to. She's already beaten an Atlanta team. Right now, she's beat a Golden State team.
Right.
They defeated. I want to say I forget who. I forget who that they also defeated, but they've beaten some major. They beat Indiana. They've beaten some teams that they weren't supposed to win. And I mean, she's been handling. She's just been doing a great job, like to say the least. Like she has been doing just a really great job from the guard spot. And obviously, the Indiana and Dallas will have another rematch August 1st in the American Airlines Center. So that should be a great game to watch out for. Obviously, this is the second game, but the headliner and Clark didn't play, but this one is going to change. So this both people will be healthy, and it should be a great game. So shout out to Paige. Now, speaking of rookies, and then especially from this Dallas Wings team, I want to kind of like speak about it because this has been a lot of controversy. Yes, Aziaha James. So she's been hooping out of her mind this last week and a half, 2 weeks. She's been hooping throughout the year actually, but people are saying trade Arike. So Aziaha James just took Arike Ogunbowale's obviously her starting spot for a week. Where do the Dallas Wings go from here? And I have opinions that y'all ain't gonna like. So shout out to but go. I'll let you go first. Where do the Wings go from here?
I think that you would at least want to see what you could get on the open market for Arike, don't you think?
Go. That's that. You could. I'll let you go
because I think that this might just be recency bias, but with these are two of the people, Aziaha and Paige and Caitlin and Angel and like all these like younger players in this draft and last year's draft. I feel like the value from like a economic GM trading standpoint, the value of draft picks has gone up. So, there's so much talent in the league now that someone like Arike becomes more easily replaceable. So I would at least see what you can get on the open market for her. I would at least field calls and consider if it's a couple first round picks, that's something that you might want to strongly consider. Because for a rookie to come off, look at that, 16 points. She had 28 the other night and hit like 4 or 5 threes or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had a 28, 6 and 6 with 5 threes. That's crazy. I think that you at least want to consider it. You know what I'm saying? Especially with Paige just taking off, you'd want to sort of start building around this, and with your best trade asset, not performing super well this year. I think we had Arike top 10, when we did our player rankings at some point in the league. You'd be able to trade a top 10 player, for something. She still holds great value, prior to the CBAs and all that stuff. Like I'd consider shopping her at least.
The only way, and this is what I don't think people want to trade Arike. Every live that I've ever been on for the last month has been trade Arike, and I'm like, okay, so for the record, I don't think that they should trade Arike. I think that they should try and hold on to Aziaha, hold on to JJ, keep Arike, and figure it out amongst all, and keep it. I think the two of them, just for the record, Paige and Arike can play together. I don't think that they don't complement each other. I just think right now Arike had a bad start to her season. She wasn't shooting the best, but I don't think that they should trade her. So that I just want to make that clear. What I do believe though is this: if there is a sense that Ogunbowale is not coming back to Dallas, meaning this is on her. If she doesn't want to be there, and I don't think that she doesn't, like there's nothing that I've ever seen or thought that she doesn't want to be there, but her contract is running up. So it's like, unless she says with a definitive, hey, we're going to give you an extension to keep you here, and then she's not signing it, then you got to start exploring trade options. Because if it were me, I couldn't let, like you said, a top 10 player, I think she's top 7 at least. I couldn't let a top 10 player walk out the door and I get nothing in return. Right. I can't just let you leave as a free agent. Like we got to get something back for you. So in that regard, that would be the only way I would make a trade for her. Other than that, I would absolutely hold on to her and see where it goes moving forward in the future. Because I think the two of them, they can play together. I just think it's going to take time. I don't think a 15 game sample size is like a large enough, for me at least, a large enough sample size to say, oh, trade Arike right now, especially from everything that I've seen out of her. I wouldn't be too quick, because you just don't get guards that are really good. And like,
right, yeah, right.
Aziaha right now, like I put up the graphics, so she was averaging 16 a game in this last week. A 16 a game season for Arike is like, that's a down year. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's last year of her career.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So like right now, currently these are the stats for as quote unquote bad as Arike has been playing this year. So Arike is averaging 17 a game. more assists on 17 and 4 is what she's putting up. Last year she put up 20 and 5, and yeah, 17 and 4 is a down year for Arike, and she's shooting 90% from the free throw. Like her shooting splits are down, and she's still getting the job done. So it's like I wouldn't be too quick to kind of just we got to trade her, which to me again is just I would slow down a little bit. I think Aziaha is a great player, but I don't think I would be. I don't think I would make that move. I don't think I would make that move unless, like I said, unless Arike tells me without a shadow of a doubt, I'm not coming back or I'm not signing an extension. Then we got to figure out because I can't just let her walk away without nothing. Like you're too good to just not get something in return back.
Okay, so let's talk about not trading her. Okay, what great WNBA team can you remember was just two great players on the perimeter? Like championship.
I was about to say last year Indiana.
I'm like championship level.
I mean, if you want to consider the Houston Comets with Cooper and Swoops on the perimeter.
Bro, that was 27 years ago.
Do you want to go Lindsay Whalen and Maya Moore? Or Simone and Maya?
So I guess what you're saying is they'd probably have to add someone else. So if you're choosing to keep her,
that's why they brought in Dejanay. They brought in Dejanay for that, huh?
You would need more interior pieces.
Oh yeah, does Dallas need more interior pieces? Yes, I think we all know that. Yeah,
but I'm saying like there's just could Arike be transformed into a couple of those interior pieces? You know. I mean.
Again, I'm not trading her unless, like I said, unless I know for a fact she's not coming back. I'm not trading her. I wouldn't trade her. Like I wouldn't trade her. But you can also get some, like you said, with the draft. There's some you could parlay some pieces in the draft. Kurt Miller just fleeced the first round pick from Vegas. He just fleeced one. He just got a first round pick from Vegas. So like, who knows what he could. Hey, shout out to Kurt Miller. He's been doing a transformative job in this GM spot. Like. There have been a few GMs, obviously Golden State and Atlanta, but he's been wheeling and dealing this year, trying to make sure he can get the right pieces inside of the building. So, but yeah, I'm not on Team Trade Arike at all. But go ahead.
To see what her value is, just see. I mean, would you at least take calls to see what you can get?
The first person I would bring it up to is her. I'd say, look, I got this on the table. Are you going to re-sign with us or no? And then I'll go from there. Especially as her as the leading scorer in the Dallas Wings franchise. Like everything she's done, like I wouldn't consider it. No, I wouldn't, to answer your question. I really wouldn't consider it. I would go to her first. Like I said, her worst or her career low years at like 17 a game this year. She's been a prolific 20-point scorer, and I think she's better than a lot of people's favorite players. So. I wouldn't be quick to get rid of her at all because like I said, those guards like that don't just walk in the WNBA.
Do you feel like there's a stench around Arike that like she's not a winning player? Because
I hate it. Oh, yeah, she's not a winning player. Yeah, she chucks up shots and all this. The criticisms for her are insane. They're insane because I can name a lot of guards in this WNBA that are on winning teams that play just as similar as Ogunbowale, and they get the hype. That she
make it to the conference finals a couple years ago, and
with Sabley,
and she won a national title at Notre Dame, right? Like
she's been a winner. She's been a winner.
Yeah,
even last year she almost dragged Dallas to the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't. Again, she'd be the first person I would talk to. Are you moving or no? And then we go from there. But other than that, no.
I have a feeling that's part of the speculation around it is that there's this assumption that she's just not a winning player because a lot of people started watching after she already did her winning. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's true. I'm looking at the people on my TikTok. They're like, oh, I remember. Shout out to TX though. She was like, oh, I would trade Arike or get her off the league. I'm like, you're crazy. I feel like there are certain players who everybody kind of like just has disdain for. But like that was wild. So I don't know. That I don't know. But no, I wouldn't even think about trading Arike at all. Go. No.
Well, I mean, a lot of it comes down. I mean, part of my stance on it is like is because these rookie classes this year and last year have been so good that the value of a draft pick has gone up because you might get a facsimile of an Arike in the draft. So let me ask you this: is this year's rookie class overall better than last year's rookie class?
I'm gonna go yes. I'm gonna go yes. And the reason why, so it's like it goes back to the high risk, high reward. All right, no first round pick in this year's rookie class has been cut. Let's start there. Let's start with the premise that there's a lot more depth on this team, right? I think, yeah. Let's start there. So 3 rookies are on the on the All Star
Yeah.
team. That's the second point. But no first round pick has been cut. There's been 2 stashaways, and then I believe there's been 1 player that just got limited playing time, which I think is like Haley Van Lith. But everybody in the first round has been playing. Nobody's been cut.
Right.
So that's first. The third point, because the second point is you got 3 rookies on the All Star team in Kiki, Sonya, and Paige. And what a steal! I think, I don't know. Chicago might be like scratching their heads for trading that pick away. Ariel Atkins has been playing amazing, but Sonya
Right.
Citron looks like
She's good.
looks like a corner, bro. bro. Good is an understatement. Good as she honestly has the numbers to kind of say that she is Washington's best player. And just to kind of go in the snubs a little bit, Brittany Sykes, I'd be like, I thought she was gonna make the All-Star team, but yeah, Sonya's numbers
19 points or
Sonya's
something
numbers
like
are
that.
great. And then also to continue with the question, you have third round picks that are making an impact. Obviously, you have Taylor in Atlanta, who's been hooping as a third round pick. JJ Quinterly has been hooping as a third round pick. I mean, yeah, I Tahina Pow went second round. Who's been hooping? And that was a surprise with me. Like, yeah, I think the overall depth and the players in this draft, I think the class is better than last year. Yes, I do think that. I'll go yes. I will go yes. And I think like the upper echelon part of 2024's draft class is better. WNBA, can y'all please put a rookie sophomore game together? Like this was the year to do it. This was the year to introduce that. I don't understand why that's not a thing. Like that should have been absolutely. Go ahead, Jordan. But that should have been introduced.
Do you feel like the top of the 2024 draft was better than the top 2025 draft? Like the very, because
If you go like first 7 picks, yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, first like 7 picks or so. Because I mean, you talked about it. 20 of the 38 draftees are on rosters in 2025. Like, no first rounders were waived. It's just but like I feel. I mean, so you're talking about Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, Camilla
Camilla,
Cardoso,
Cameron Brink.
Cameron Brink, yeah, but she didn't, Sheldon, right? Um,
Leah Edwards.
Leah Edwards. And then this year, I mean, you got 3 all-stars in the top, what, 4,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and then Malonga, in some of the limited action has looked really good, but she gets like no playing time. I mean, she's just
I don't understand that one, but keep going.
I think you could make an argument that 2025 is better,
Yeah.
for sure.
And I don't think it's like saying like much. That's crazy because then it's like, well, where do you go from here if they are better? It's like how much better can they be compared to last year's class?
So what does this really mean though
Crazy. It's crazy.
so what does this mean for the WNBA then? Does this mean, because like if you think
It
about
means that it means like they have a lot of young players in this league that are going to continue to grow the sport.
are we talking about, so this leads to a later discussion which we'll have in a bit, which is expansion. I mean, when you have so many new employees that are so good from the start, I mean, expansion. You're gonna get quality players stashed on a roster.
I think
That
so. I think they're
you know,
quality players amongst the league. Like, and you got them, like you said, Malonga's buried on a bench. But if
Aziaha
you're
James would have been buried if it wasn't, if
it wasn't
Arike
for
was
injury,
not.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, and then there's also like just quality players all around. Like Kennedy Carter's not even here.
Kennedy
Like,
Carter is not in the league. That's true. Yeah.
which means someone else that is doing well right now might be buried if she was in the league. So it's just hard, like
So
to get
let's
playing
talk
time
about
at the sit
expansion
down.
then. Because I'm like, so just to speak about expansion. So the initial question we were gonna ask is, why does the league hate Miami? But we're gonna pause on that
Bro.
question right quick. We're gonna pause on that question. Because just to your point, because I remember seeing or hearing someone say like, oh, expansion is bad because it's gonna water down the league. And to your point, I feel like it's the opposite. There's so many good quality players that the league will have a lot of good quality. Like, look at Golden State now. They're not a typical expansion team. They're competing, and they haven't missed a step. And I feel like, I don't know if all organizations will be ran. Portland, Toronto, obviously Detroit, Cleveland. We'll have that Philadelphia. We'll have that same Golden State type of impact. But I don't feel like, I think that's a thing of the past, because there's so much talent to disperse around the league that you shouldn't have a huge watered down fall off or anything like that. I think that they will hit the ground running as well. So, and then now to answer that question, if you want to answer, why does the league hate Miami? Why do y'all hate, why does the WNBA hate Miami?
I don't know, man. I mean, I guess maybe the Miami Soul just didn't resonate with people like some of these other, because like they're bringing back the Cleveland Rockers, right? And the Detroit Shock, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, I guess those franchises, like the Shock won a bunch of championships when they were with Lambeer. The Rockers actually made the playoffs 5 out of the 7 years that they were a franchise. So, I don't know. I don't really agree with Sophie Cunningham's point when she said that, that those two teams won't really draw significant interest or whatever.
She didn't say that. That's not what she said. That is not what she said.
Here, I know. I was paraphrasing. Well, okay. So give me the exact quote.
I'm going to pull it up. So you go. If you keep paraphrasing, you can keep going. I'm going to pull it up right now, because I do agree with what she said. I agree with what she had to say.
Where would you put the first of all, there's what, like, going to be, so right now there's 13, and then there's a plan for 18. Is that right?
Yeah.
With Toronto, Tempo, and then the Rockers and the Shock. I mean, that's a lot of teams, man. Is there enough pockets of interest in this country and all these cities to support these teams? Because one, it's a major investment to get a team, then get somewhere to play, then hire a bunch of people, to support this team. Is there enough like infrastructural support ready for these teams? Golden State is a little bit of a interesting case where there's so much support for this team. Yeah, right. So does that resonate everywhere else? Like do these rosters?
That's what the league is hoping for. That's what the league's hoping for, that it does. The league is hoping for that it will, for sure. But as far as I mean, obviously you have Sophie's quote right up here. I don't know how excited people are going to be, or people are to be going to Detroit or Cleveland. And then she also brought up, she also spoke about people wanting to go to Miami. And I'm like, in realistic life, like, who would you rather? Most people are going to want to go play in Miami or even visit Miami than they would the other two cities. I don't, or three cities. Like, I don't think it, huh?
Like players or fans?
Players. I think you're going to get higher, like you're going to get more. Okay. So let's say you have a big name free agent. Are they more likely to play in Miami or more likely to play in Cleveland to go sign their life away?
I feel to answer your question,
right.
I mean, the real question is, who cares where the players want to go? Like,
well, that's the reason why is because if you get a big draw as a player, then you're gonna get the fans to go watch that player.
I mean, if you have to ask people, like, who wants to go to Indiana, but Indiana has such a raucous fan base, like that is a successful franchise.
Indiana is also a basketball, but that's the anomaly because they're a basketball town.
That's what they need to find. They need to get basketball towns. You know what I'm saying? And Miami, like why does everybody hate Miami? Miami is not really. I mean, I guess since like Dwayne Wade and stuff, it's not like, now it's considered like a basketball town. Well, right now it might be a hockey town because we won the cup 2 years in a row. But that's the main thing. Like, you have to find the basketball cities.
I agree, and I think we are a basketball city, and I think that there's a lot to desire coming here as a player. Shout out to Unrivaled. Obviously, like, they don't have Unrivaled playing in the North, and then just on a geographical standpoint, there's one WNBA team in the South, which is Atlanta.
Yeah.
So just in that alone, I'm like, why wouldn't you invest more in the South? Do people in the South not watch basketball? Of course they do. Or women's sports, like, yeah, I feel like, I'm a little disappointed, to say the least, that we're not getting a team in the next 5 years.
I know.
Hopefully somebody can put a bid and get that together, because that's wild to me. That's just wild to me. So I don't know why it was
Is,
the case Miami.
is Miami even an option in these discussions? You know what I'm saying? Like, are we even brought up anymore? Does anyone even remember we have a team, bro?
We did have a
Well,
team, and then they went up to Connecticut. Showed the Connecticut Sun. Like,
where would we even play? Is the Miami Arena still? It's not even a thing anymore,
no, they
right?
play. So they're gonna. I would put them in the AAA.
I don't know if we
Put
could
them in the
fill out
AAA.
play.
Yeah. Put them in the AAA. Like, and just to kind of end this point or last, just to kind of wrap the segment up, the league has been expanding with billionaire owners.
Yeah.
Teams that have already, like, when they're creating their expansion teams that have NBA facilities already ready to go. Like, this is what you could see it. They already have NBA facilities ready to go, and I forget the third point, but all of them have billionaire owners and NBA facilities that are ready to go. So that's everybody that won their bid. So to your point, if they're not playing in one of those arenas, then they're probably not going to get a bid or accepted.
Do you think they're expanding too fast? Because
No.
I heard that point by, was it David Sampson, who's like, like when it comes to these CBA negotiations, like if they think that expanding, quickly is the best like financial move to make, it's just not like a great like what are your thoughts on that?
No, I love it. I love you got to strike when the iron's hot, and there's interest in women's sports now. So if you have billionaires that are willing to invest in the league, are you going to tell them no because we just want to wait? Like, no, like, get it going. Let's make this league good. We have enough players. Let's make a great product, and let's see what happens. I would absolutely would. Yeah, I'm not opposed to it at all. I'm not opposed to it at all. And then I think about Connecticut selling. I'm like, well, somebody needs to buy that franchise and move it right back down south. So
Yeah.
move that back down south instead of expanding. Just we I'll put something on it. I'll be a WNBA owner. I'll put something on it.
Oh my
I'll
goodness.
put $1 on it.
That she scores money.
My point one share interest. Put some money. I'll throw in $1. That's all right. All right. As far as I'm gonna ask this. So let's ask this. We're gonna go. Do you feel like, speaking of expansion, do you feel like the WNBA is headed for a strike?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. We agree on that then. We definitely
for sure. I mean, I called this last year. Like we literally called this like might have been more than 12 months ago. It was like episode 10 or something like that. It was like, strike. Like, yeah, of course they're going for a strike. Like, this is when you have a labor force, and that's what the players are. They're a labor force that feel like they're not being paid enough. Like, they just like at some point there's a breaking point and they just won't play. It'll be interesting to see how the CBA negotiations go, though. Because they've opted out of the current CBA and it expires this year, right? Do you know what month it expires?
Yeah, by the end of the season, yeah.
It'll be interesting to see. I mean, I wonder what I wish I could be a fly on the wall and just hear like what the WNBA players think their value is. Like what do you think they should be getting paid, players?
To start, $1 million, like a cool million, at least at worst $250,000 a year annually. But
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know. I don't have the numbers or financials, but I feel like elite max players should be at least making $1 million. I feel like players in general, all of them should be making a cool $1 million. I don't know how much money there is to spread, but at least, like, at worst, it has to be like a $250,000, like at least $250,000. Like, you gotta triple or quadruple the max salary. Like, now, I think you shouldn't be. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think they should be getting paid $70,000 to $80,000 a year or less. I think they should be making at least $250,000. At least $250,000. And this is for most labor in the country. I feel like we all need a pay raise. We all need a pay raise. So I think at least 4 times the amount. I think $250,000. It should start off at that at least. And that's just pennies compared to $1 billion deal. So, but I mean, at least anywhere in between 250 to $1 million is the annual salary. And then if you want to go higher or lower, what do you think about that?
I mean, the usual frame of reference is like the men's game, but don't you remember growing up, like, the 15th man on a roster were making what, like 300,000-400,000 a year? You know what I'm saying? But that was like 25, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, it's I mean, if you raise the floor on all these players, I mean, okay, so here is what cannot be denied is that people like Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Sabrina, Asia, Stewie, they're not making enough. That is like for sure, you know? So I wonder if what actually plays out, because we're in the predictions business here, is that you get another like NBA type of financial structuring where the very top make exorbitant amounts of money. I think Devin Booker in the next couple of years is gonna make 75 million, right? Like he's gonna make like 75 million dollars. And then you compare that to some of the bare minimum guys making a couple $1 million. Like there's such a disparity now. I think that's probably what's going to end up happening if I had to put my money on it. That's how the financials are going to shake out for the WNBA. You're going to get extreme, like I mean, it's just going to be like extremes. Like the floor will probably go up by a couple 10,000, but the upper echelon will probably go up to a couple million.
I wouldn't blame him. Like I wouldn't blame him. I wouldn't blame him for that. I think I hopefully all players can get paid, and they should if that's what they're striking for. Again, you said a couple thousand. They need to get at least to 250. But yeah, that would be insane. But in a good way to see players getting a few $1 billion a year. That would be crazy. And they need more basketball related income, jersey sales, and obviously ticket sales. Like they need to get more basketball related income. So hey, I'm looking forward. Not looking forward to a strike, but I'm looking forward to seeing how the players navigate through this because I think that there will be a strike as well, and I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I think it's gonna spark an even better conversation amongst women's sports in general, and I feel like the W is getting ready to become the pioneer for women's sports. Well, these women in the WPA will be, they'll be ushering America into a new era of equality, and I think it's good. I think it's going to be really good for to see what happens. I think it's going to be good to see what happens versus like instead of just taking the pennies and then just waiting for the league to get good. No, strike now. The league it's already in great hands, and you're going to have more better players coming in the league in the next 2 to 3 years. So it's like why not? Why not?
Do you
And
think,
you already
yeah,
got Unrivaled ready. Unrivaled's already there. It's already there and ready. Go ahead.
do you feel like Unrivaled was successful enough to pose as an alternative and as a threat to the WNBA?
Yeah, I do. I
Like, do you
personally
think it
do.
was success? Like, do you think that put enough fear in on the other side of the table of the of the players, like on the ownership, like that side? Do you think Unrivaled scared them enough to be
Oh,
willing to
enough?
budge a little bit in negotiations? Yeah,
I feel like it should. I feel like if the WNBA is not taking Unrivaled more seriously, yeah. I feel like if they're not, then they should because, like I said, it's only a matter. If there's a strike, all they have to do is create more teams and then just add in more players to Unrivaled, and then there you go. You have the WNBA, and then you could just start your own. Like you have your own league already start up and built up, and then just go from there. Like that's what I would do if it were me. I mean, I would just snatch up a few more players, at least 30 more players, cream of the crop. Say, hey, you still want to play basketball?
yeah,
We're in Miami. People are gonna, especially if you get Caitlin and Asia.
right,
Paige is coming to Unrivaled next year, so
yeah.
it's like you're gonna just keeps taking the top players in the league and just hey, we got them here in Miami. There's the basketball keeps going. Yeah, I feel like it puts pressure and amongst pressure, like a lot of pressure on the W. It,
Yeah,
it it puts so much
yeah.
pressure on it that they're asking the commissioner about Unrivaled when they speak to her about it. So yeah, I think they have something there for sure.
Yeah, I think it's such a different type of labor negotiation because there is a precedent for players just willing to play in alternate leagues all the time. They did it all the time for years, and they did it, just recently last year. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out, man. And
One,
also interesting
go
to
ahead.
see how the money gets spread, going forward.
One of the commenters, Honey, put great negotiation chip for sure. I completely agree that they should either pick away or strike. And then she put, honestly, I hope Unrivaled runs with it. If the league doesn't want to pay women, Unrivaled will. Boom. That's a great. Hey, look. That's a slogan right there. If the league doesn't want to pay you, we will. That's a great way to start that. All right, so quickly we'll go on the All-Star Snubs, and then we're gonna pick our All-Star teams. All-Star Snubs, Jordan, who are your thoughts on that? Who got snubbed? Let's spark a riot. Who do you feel like got snubbed? Obviously, go. I'll let you go on that one, unless you want me to
Actually, why don't you go first?
So y'all know one of my favorite players. Shout out to Arike Hamby. I feel like she got All-Star snubbed. But I'm gonna ask you this like this. So let's do it like this. These are 4 players. One of them got selected to the All-Star game. Who, Jordan, just looking at raw numbers alone, I don't want to do that because let me just say it. Shout out to Kiki for making All-Star. I think that's great that she made All-Star. Like, I'm not trying to disparage. Like, I think she is an amazing player. I think she's an amazing player. But if we're just looking at raw numbers alone, which obviously you can't just look at raw numbers alone, but I feel like De'Arca Hamby did get snubbed. I feel like Brittany Sykes got snubbed.
Kayla McBride got snubbed.
Okay, so when it came to Kayla McBride, I thought Minnesota would either have Courtney Williams or Kayla McBride. To me it was a toss up, even though Kayla's numbers are amazing. Her shooting splits are amazing, and Kayla's numbers are amazing. So I wasn't upset that Courtney got picked. I'm more so just saying like Kayla also should have probably been selected as well. I'm like, I wouldn't have been upset if Minnesota got 3 people.
Yeah, I mean,
I wouldn't have been upset at that
or something like that. Like,
yeah, I wouldn't have been upset at that at all. Yeah, I think Minnesota had a team that could have fielded 3, but I wasn't upset at Courtney or Kayla getting picked at that second spot.
I think Courtney was. I mean, I tell you this last year. Like, Courtney's one of my favorite players in the whole league.
Courtney's awesome. Courtney's absolutely awesome. Yeah,
amazing. I don't know. I just would have liked to see Kayla McBride after she did also so well and Unrivaled. She played well in the finals last year. Like, she's just a solid player all around.
Yeah, I mean the only other players. So these are the players: Brittany Sykes, Kiki, De'Arca, and again, shout out to Kiki because this is a great accomplishment, especially doing this as a rookie. And she was voted highly by her peers, highly by the coaches. So I'm really happy to see that she got in. Aziaha Stevens is someone who obviously also had a So let me just to get back to Hamby. She's top 15 in scoring. She's number 2 in steals, and to me, I think she's LA's best player. To me, it's like a no-brainer. Like I think, and she's very humble. She was saying, Brittany Sykes should have been picked. Forget about me. I hear what you're saying, De'Arca. You absolutely should have got picked. De'Arca Hamby is like grossly underrated. Shout out to Mama D. She's really great. But Aziaha Stevens, her teammate, also had an All-Star case. Like this is what I'm saying. Can you imagine some like these? If you're trying to trade an Aaliyah Edwards off of the Mystics team, it just goes back to the depth that's amongst this league. Like it can be dispersed around other teams because it's a lot of players that can play. That's a lot of players, but it is what it is. Shout out to everybody that made it. Obviously, Sonia, Kiki, Gabby, and Kayla Thornton, first time All-Stars, and that's just a wonderful accomplishment to say the least. And every single year you're gonna have snubs. You're gonna have people that say, "Oh, this person should have been taken over this person." So it is what it is. I mean, but
there was a lot of good players this year.
Bro,
you might want to. I mean, as the league grows, you think they should increase the All-Star rosters?
No, 24 people is more than enough.
Yeah.
You can't. You're gonna have 15, or you're gonna have 30 All-Stars. No, it's 20. What they should do is add in a third All WNBA team. I've been saying that for a minute. That's what they should do. I wouldn't increase the rosters. I don't know.
Probably after they add these couple last teams, franchises. Yeah.
All right. So let's we're gonna simulate All-Star draft. Obviously, these are the players. I'm gonna go for Team CC. Jordan will be Team Fee. I'm gonna pick the first pick, and with my first pick in the 2025 All-Star draft, I'm going to Asia Wilson. That's a no-brainer. Asia Wilson.
Okay, so we're trying to win the game. Oh,
absolutely. You play to win the game.
All right.
If you're not, what are you doing?
All right.
I'm drafting Asia.
All right. I'll take Breanna Stewart.
All right, cool. So Jordan's taking Breanna Stewart with the second pick. So remember, you got to pick amongst the starters first, and then you can go to the reserves. With my second pick, I'm gonna go with just to pair. We need somebody to pair with Asia. I'm going to Leah Boston. To pair with Asia Wilson. So I got Aaliyah and Asia Wilson. And obviously, this is Caitlin's teammate. You got to pick the teammate. Got to have the teammate on the roster. So I got a wicked front court. One of the best center in the league and the best power forward in the league. So there you go. And they both South Carolina. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. And I could do pick and roll with both of them. And they can both play defense. It's a wrap. There you go. Your pick.
All right. With my next pick, if I want to win, I will go with. I'll take Paige Bueckers.
Damn, that was gonna be my next pick. Good pick.
Queen of efficiency, bro.
That was gonna be my next. Why not pick Sabrina?
This ain't a normal rookie.
Why not pick Sabrina? I was hoping you would pick Sabrina because that was gonna be my next pick. That was gonna be my next pick
with the Stewie connection, but I like Paige.
Why not? That's what I'm thinking. Fee will take because of the Stewie connection, but we'll see. Okay, so then with my next pick, that's easy. I'm gonna go with. I'm Sabrina Ionescu. This is simple. I'm going Sabrina. So I got Caitlin, Aaliyah, Asia, and Sabrina. And now I got a backcourt mate for Caitlin, and I got a Sabs. My backcourt is looking filthy. My front court looking filthy.
So I've got Stewie, Collier, and Paige. I am now gonna take. I'll take Alicia Gray.
Damn, that was you keep taking the picks.
Bro, we're not even doing Snake. You literally get every pick ahead of me.
You're about to get the picks that I want, man. All right, so you got Alicia. Alicia Gray would have been my pick. That sucks.
Sonia Nneka and Sabally?
It's Sabally and Nneka. It's Sabally and Nneka. Those are the last two.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So you know who I'm going. For my next pick, I'm going. The Unicorn, Satu Sabally at small forward, bro. That's a sick lineup.
Then I've got Nneka.
You got Nneka. So last pick. So
I got a big line.
You have a huge front line. Who's playing? Stewie's going to play small forward?
Of course.
Yeah. All right. Moving forward. So we have out of the reserves now. Who am I going to take out of the reserves? Who would I pick out of the reserves? Whew. For the first reserve, that's easy. I'm going Skylar Diggins-Smith. Boom. I got SDS or Skylar Diggins rather. My fault. Yeah, I got Skylar Diggins. I need a backup guard. That's crazy. Skylar Diggins is a backup guard, but yeah, I'm going Skylar Diggins for sure.
I think this is one of my favorite players in the league. The best player remaining, Alyssa Thomas.
Nice. That was a great pick. That's
the fourth best player in the league.
That's a great pick. Alyssa Thomas. Great pick. All right. For the sake of Team Clark, I'm going Kelsey Mitchell with my next pick. So that should probably be one of my last guards selected. I may have a room for one more guard or one more backcourt player. So I'm gonna go Kelsey Mitchell.
And I will go with. I'll take Kelsey Plum.
Nice. Oh, you know who I'm picking. It wasn't going to be long to say this name.
I know.
You shouldn't. I don't know why you picked this. I thought you were going to go Reese. I'm going Angel Reese. Give me the double bar, the me-bounds queen, girl. Like, give me that. I need all of them rebounds. Give me that. Give me that.
I had to get someone in the backcourt.
I'm getting Reese. Top dog Reese. It's a wrap, bro. You give me Angel, Caitlin, Sabrina, Aaliyah Ball. The front court on this team is insane. This is insane. Like they're gonna dominate. This is go ahead. And we got shooters with Mitchell and Sabrina.
I don't know, man. I've got the best players in the league on my team.
Oh, the best player in the league is Wilson.
Yeah, but then I've got 2, 3, 4. I've got Stewie. I've got fucking Collier, and I've got Thomas.
I got Clark, and you got Paige. You should include Paige. Nah, I like this roster. You can keep going though. All right, who's your pick? So we have still on the board: Kayla Thornton, Courtney Williams, Gabby Williams, Jackie Young, Sonia Citron, Ryan Howard, and Kiki Iriafim.
I'll take Ryan Howard.
Nice, good pick. Who will I pick with that spot? I'm gonna go. Oh, that's simple. Yeah, I already know who I'm picking with.
No.
To me, it's between two players right now.
Yeah, for me, it's between two players.
I don't want to pass. I don't want to pass.
Honestly, I like all of these players. Like,
I do
all of
too.
them.
I do
Yeah.
too. Jackie Young's one of my favorite players. Right now, it's between Jackie and Sonya. I'm gonna go Sonya though. Crazy enough, she's a two-way player, and she's an efficient guard. I'm gonna go Sonya Citron. That tells you how good I think she is, because I think Jackie Young is a great player. But I'm going Sonya Citron. I'm going Sonya Citron.
I will take Jackie Young.
Yeah, like I'm like she's not gonna be that far. I'm like she's not gonna be that far off. So we got Kayla, Courtney, Gabby, and then Kiki Iriafin. I'm gonna go Gabby Williams. I'm going Gabby Williams. Gabby Williams. I got Gabby.
I will take Courtney Williams.
Okay, good one. And then with my last pick, I'm going Kiki. Bump it. Why not? We already have too many small forwards. I'm going Kiki. I'm playing Kiki with Angels. The front court is ridiculous. I got Kiki, and then by process elimination, Kayla Thornton. Yeah, my team. Yeah, it said, do we have team yet? Yes. Somebody in the chat put I'd pick Sonya too. They're on a roll lately. Thank you, Chad. I appreciate that. Yeah. So, Honey, shout out to Honey. It said Sugar Girl said, do we have teams yet? No, they're gonna be picking in the next day or two. I think they'll be picking today. Jordan, you got any closing thoughts? But yeah, Team CC, they about to dominate. I think she should absolutely. And for everybody saying that she should pick Aaliyah first, I don't think she should. I think she should pick Asia first, because she's gonna still end up getting Aaliyah. She's still gonna end up getting Aaliyah on her team.
If she wants to win, she should take
right. My first pick, Aaliyah. My fifth pick or sixth pick, Kelsey. It's like, nah, just win the game. And then I think there's gonna be more disdain than not if you don't pick Asia first. So just keep that in mind. Like, it's like, why wouldn't you pick Asia first?
Yeah, that's true too. Closing thoughts. I don't really have any, man. It's just been I mean, we're like halfway through the season. It's been a really exciting first half of the season, you know?
Very.
Like, you know, the Commissioner's Cup. I'm just happy that like I made that prediction about Phoenix doing well, and they're actually doing well, because
steak dinner is ridiculous, bro.
Bro, you guys kept making me feel bad about us. Like, I feel not saying something.
I feel dumb. So right now, that pick, that take was aging like milk. 6-13 Sparks over the 13-6 Mercury, who are the second best team in the league. That's ridiculous, bro. Yeah. I had such high expectations for the Los Angeles Sparks. I thought
they just really got and they're gonna work back Copper back in too, so they're just gonna get even better. That's crazy. Yeah. Can you imagine mid-season acquisition? Yeah, Copper.
Love seeing you talk positive about the W. Thank you for the live. I appreciate that, honey. But yeah, that's what we're here for. I guess my closing thoughts are, I don't think y'all want to play the Golden. Actually, I'll do this. One, I don't think y'all want to play the Golden State Valkyries in a playoff series, because they could upset somebody. I don't know if they will. And two, it will not be. I thought they were going to get a major free agent this year. It won't be long before they get somebody major on that roster. Maybe they're going to get somebody in free agency next year. You know, I thought Kelsey Plum was going to be the person to go in Golden State, or one of the Kelseys, Mitchell or Plum.
Yeah.
And looking in retrospect, Plum might have should have went up to Golden State. She would have. She'd be having a great time there. I'm not saying she's not in LA, because it's LA, but
right.
Just really disappointed in the Sparks. Y'all, please get it together, Los Angeles. Like, I have such high hopes for y'all. I really want to see y'all in the playoffs. Second half of the season, y'all got to get it together. De'Erica Hamby deserves better. Rakia Jackson deserves better. Kelsey Plum deserves better. Azariah Stevens deserves better. All y'all, and y'all have such talent on this team. Like, it could be so much better. So I don't know what's missing, but if they said that they're getting ready to go on a little bit of a run before All-Star, and I hope that happens. I am hoping that happens, because I have faith in the Los Angeles Sparks. So Las Vegas Aces, like a lot. This is a changing of the guard that we're watching in real time. It's like we're watching this in real time. So it's a lot of teams. But with that being said, I appreciate you, Jordan. Everybody that's been listening, we here. We're gonna be tomorrow, 6 a.m. Breakfast Club.
I'll be here.
Sounds good to me. All right, y'all. Oh, and then keep this in mind. We have their WNBA games tomorrow, Wednesday, starting at 8 a.m.
That's great. Why? Why?
I don't know. And then on Thursday, they got games at 11 a.m.
Bro, who made this schedule, bro? Like, what crackhead made this?
Oh my god!
Bro, why are they doing this?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but that's wild. That was a wild game in the morning. Get your rest up, y'all. All right, man. We out here.
All right, man.
Deuces.